Hello. In this part, I'm going to be giving you all a complete overview of the sandbox game, walking you from zero to hero. Even if you have no idea about the blockchain or crypto gaming or any of that, I want to explain you to exactly why the sandbox is such a cool and revolutionary metaverse site. I'm going to help you understand it from a fundamental level. Well, so that you know what's going on, and then finally explain to you how to both play and profit of the sandbox, because that is one of the really cool things about these play to earn games. We actually get rewarded from time to time. I jumped in this metaverse world as a player, which is super exciting thing. We are going to start with the basics, just to catch those of you who are new, and for those of you who are already familiar with the whole play, are in space, and just want to learn more specifically about the sandbox itself, you can skip ahead to using the timeline and the description, but for the rest of you, let's get you up to speed. So in this video, you will hear me use a couple of terms that you need to understand. The first is blockchain. Now, blockchain essentially just means a public ledger that everyone can see. And when an item moves on that public ledger, every single copy of the ledger is updated. You can think of it like a Google Doc. So a blockchain is just public Google Doc that is very hard to change. It has to be validated, and then when it updates for everyone. So it's a decentralized, no one controls it and everyone can see it. And that allows for real ownership in virtual worlds. So then of the blockchain, two things exist. One that you will hear me talking about in this video is NFTs. NFTs, you just need to know, stand for anything in the metaverse. It can be an endgame item, it can be a character, it can be a weapon, it can be a pieces of land. It can just be anything that is unique and exists on the blockchain and can be actually owned by people. So NFTs, they are just things in the metaverse, and then cryptocurrency is another term that you will hear, or just crypto or coin or token. And oftentimes what we are referring to is the currency that is inside the game world. So it can be like sand, particularly in this video. Sand is currency of the sandbox and once again exists on the blockchain. It is real limited, variable and decentralized. So no one organization, not even the sandbox, controls the sands. Now they might control a percentage of it if they have like a war chest, but sand itself is contractually. So you know there is a limit to that inflation. What really matters is it's an endgame currency that you can change for US dollar or whatever your local currency is, and you can pay rent with it.
Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are coming in a
it's
big
like
way,
real earning.
but they're not quite here yet.
What we mean by
All from within the
cryptocurrency?
platform.
It is just
No
the
income
game
checks,
currency.
no credit checks,
That's
and
real
no
money.
origination fees.
Now that those of you who are new are catch up to speed, let's jump into our getting started guide / overview of this really awesome called the sandbox. To start off, very simply, sandbox is a community driven platform where creators can monetize voxel assets and gaming experiences on the blockchain. So the way that I like to think about it is kind of like Roblox, or a little bit like Minecraft, or a mix between those games that exist on the blockchain using the same technology that validates Bitcoin or Ethereum, which is really cool. So the sandbox is made up of 4 key components. The first key component is Vox Edit, where you can create and animate voxel art, which you can export anywhere. And this means that you can create creatures or items or things for your gaming world and you can mint it as an NFT. The second key component of the sandbox is their market, which is one place to sell and collect best assets or NFTs in the sandbox. and this is where user-generated content can be sold from one player to another player. And like they say, this is just one place where you can buy and sell, because these NFTs exist on the blockchain. You can use any third-party marketplace that you want, so the assets that you own and create. The third key component of the sandbox is their game maker. The game maker is really cool, and you can actually download the game maker already and both make your own games and try out other people's games, which I really recommend. And I will be walking you through how to download and play the sandbox more towards the end of this video. But the game maker is for making and playing any game that you play. Imagine, and because it is user generated, the variety truly is immense. So then the fourth and the final component is just going to be the game player, which is kind of tied into the game maker. But for the most part, most people who play the sandbox probably aren't going to be creating their own assets or even their own games. They are just going to be jumped in exploring the massive world that exists in the sandbox. Metaverse, the next really important thing that we should dive a little bit deeper into in order to understand the sandbox, is looking at Sand itself. Now, Sand is an ERC20 token that exists on Ethereum, and essentially that just means that it is a token that is on the Ethereum blockchain. It is not Coin blockchain or the Solana blockchain or the Phantasma. There is like a lot of different blockchains that are all doing very similar things, but the sandbox Sand token is an ERC20, and I also believe it exists on Binance now. And these tokens kind of spread across different blockchains, but that's not super important to understand in order to understand what Sand is. So Sand is just the utility token used throughout the sandbox ecosystem. It is the basis for transactions, and it is an ERC20 utility token built on the Ethereum blockchain, and there is a finite supply of just 3 billion Sand. So you know that there is never going to be more than 3 billion Sand created, and when a Sand jumps across from a theory come to like the Binance Smart Chain, some Sand on Ethereum literally has to get destroyed in order for it to get created on Binance or wrapped, however you want to think of it. So there is a finite amount, and there is never going to be more than 3 billion Sand, and that allows for it to exist kind of like Bitcoin as a potential store of value, especially as the sandbox metaverse just grows. And because Sand is the utility in the sandbox metaverse, its usage just grows and the demand for it grows, but the supply is kept, and that is what can lead to price appreciation. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but it's what's really cool about some of these metaverses that have supply kept coins and supply kept currencies, supply kept utility tokens. However, you want to think about it, the value per token. As the metaverses grow and the number of people that live in the metaverse increases, the value of each individual token probably going to be increasing over time. So if you do go to the Sandbox website, there are easily links here for you. Let's talk about another big factor that you need to understand in the Sandbox. It's really know what's going on, and this is a really cool aspect of the Sandbox called land. So the Sandbox metaverse is made up of lands, and lands are parts of the world which are owned by players to create and monetize experiences. So players can own it for two reasons: one, to create their different games and stuff, and have a place in the world for people to actually try them on. But second, to monetize the games and experiences that people create, you need to have a place to put them. So a lot of people are actually buying land in the Sandbox because it is limited, and they are using it or planning on using it not to build games themselves, but to rent it out or let other people use it who want to build their own gaming experiences on the land. There will only limited lands, and the lands available which can be used to host a game. The plots, there is never going to be more, so the more and more people want to build games, eventually you got to buy land from someone else, like a game that's not very popular. Maybe it gets demolished and you put a new game on it. But what they are doing is they are creating the same supply and demand aspect of land that exists in real life, where if you want to live around Los Angeles, there is only so much land around Los Angeles, and that means that property values around LA continue to increase year after year as more and more people want to live there. Now let's not get into politics, but that demand dynamic might be changing, as now California actually has more people live than coming in because some crazy politics, but like I said, let's not get into that. It's the same dynamic with land in the sandbox. There is a limited amount and some things are really big in the sandbox. Like people are paying a lot of money, for example, to buy land right next to Snoop Dogg's mansion in the sandbox, because Snoop Dogg has plot land in the sandbox and is planning to throw in concerts and stuff in the sandbox. So people are trying to buy land around Snoop Dogg, or a Target bought a lot of land in the sandbox, and people are trying to buy land around a tier that makes the land prices in different places in the sandbox different, because the whole sandbox itself is limited and it's all great land to build on. I think that all land in the sandbox is going to have a lot of value appreciated if this game is a success going forward, and it's why I personally own land in the sandbox as well. So buying land in the sandbox is actually not that difficult at all. You can buy land either using the sandbox's marketplace, or you can check out OpenSea, and OpenSea is just one of the biggest NFT marketplace that exists so far. And I love checking in order to buy my land. But actually, before we look at land that is specifically for sale, let's take a look at the entire sandbox map, and you can kind of get a feel for how big of a world this actually is. So starting off, if we zoom in here, you can see each of these green and blue. It's a specific pieces of land. Now you can see some of these pieces of land, and people buy a large amount are actually bigger than the others. So this is a piece of land that is still for sale. Somebody is trying to sell it. You can see the location, and it's a pretty large piece of land. You can see the Binance actually owns some of these lands here. The sandbox itself owns a lot of land still that is in the sandbox. They are not selling it yet. They are either trying to build their own game experiences, or maybe they will sell it in the future. You can see Tori owns massive chunk of land in the sandbox. That's actually a really cool sleeper game. I think there is a ton of potential in by own land, a lot of land in the city. Pong's own land in the sandbox. Let's see, Binance actually owns a lot of land in the sandbox. Let's keep zooming out a little bit, and actually that might be the most zoomed out with that we can. There is a lot of people that own like a lot of land in the sandbox. We can have a dose going. I think that might just be some random person throwing out a Dogecoin meme, but I like it. We have the Smurfs actually bought a lot of land in the sandbox, so you can see it's just a massive world. Each piece of land is owned by different, sometimes massive game development companies or individuals that are planning on either selling the land later or renting it out to people that want to build gaming experiences, or build gaming experiences themselves that players can use, and that the owner of the land can monetize. So really, let's look at some of the land that is actually for sale. So right now we are an OpenSea, and I'm sorting by the lowest to highest price only by now. So the cheapest land that you can buy in the sandbox right now is 3.5 EU. That's well over $10,000. So it is not cheap. Land in the sandbox has definitely appreciated quite a bit. Some of the land that I bought in the sandbox was like for under 0.5. So now it is appreciated quite a bit. I have some pretty good land right next to a land that the sandbox themselves own. So I'm hoping they build a really fun experience there. And then now I'm just right next door to a really fun experience built by the creators of the world itself. But you can see some of this land that's just like out kinda in the middle of nowhere, but I mean you have no idea what other people are going to be like. All of these other little smaller land plots. Land is selling for quite a lot. Let's actually see what the highest last sales are. I'm kind of interested to see. So we got some Summer Jam auctions that it looks like just sold for a bunch. Let's see how much this actually sold for price history. Yeah, so it looks like someone paid 5,580 theory. This land, which is a lot of money. That's a lot of money, yeah. You can see there is a lot of opportunity. There is a whole economy that's like kind of getting built here in this brand new world and in this brand new metaverse. And there is going to be a lot of make money playing the game. There is going to be a lot of people that make money like beating quests and earning sand. But then also there is going to be a lot of people that make money from flipping land or flipping swords or like user generated assets, if like maybe a specific experience in the sandbox someone plays it. This experience is so fun. It is going to blow up. Everyone's going to want to play it, so they go in and buy some of the limited assets in that game. And then when more people start learning about how fun that one game experience in the sandbox is, all of a sudden assets for that game start skyrocketing. And all of a sudden the person who discovered it first is able to. A lot of financially of being one of the first people to realize like this is going to be a hit. There is a lot of opportunity in blockchain gaming, and hopefully this so far what I showed you has helped you understand some of the opportunity that exists specifically in the sandbox game. So now I'm going to quickly jump over. We are going to head over to my desktop and I'm going to showing you how to do. Install and play the sandbox, and then we will come back to the desk and wrap it up. Alright, welcome to my desktop. So creating your sandbox account and downloading the game is really easy. Make sure you sign in. I highly recommend creating a MetaMask or Combat wallet or signing in with a Web3 wallet. But you can also sign in through Google, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever your account setup. I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in here really quick. And once you have your account set up, you don't even need to worry about any of the crypto stuff. Honestly, not until you are like, this is fun, and you want to start getting like more connected. Then I would highly recommend like linking your crypto account and checking out the marketplace and all of that. But for playing the game, you are going to need to do is on the left side here, navigate down to create. Now I know you are going to be like click alpha. That's the way to play, but it is not asking you to go to create, and you are going to want to download the game maker, because on the game maker is where you can also do a lot of gameplay. So it is only on Windows right now, but it is not on Mac. I believe it is going to be a mobile game, as well. Long term, I could be wrong about that, but I think that's part of their vision. For now, only Windows. So you are just clicking download a game maker and download it. So once you have the file downloaded, I'm just going to extract it so that we can run the installer. It just takes a little bit of time. So now we just follow the install wizard here. Next. I'm going to be installing it on my desktop. Sandbox maker, here we go. It will do everything for us. So once your installation is complete, you can decide if you want to run the sandbox game maker, which we are going just launch it, because why not? And you can also decide if you want to be a desktop shortcut, which I will also let it be widely, and we will hit finish, and there we go. It's going to launch our sandbox, which was built with Unity, which is kind of a competitor Unreal Engine. And now we can actually try out the sandbox, which is super awesome. So this is the sandbox alpha. It is not a finished game, and the first time that you play, by the way, there is going to be a lot of additional stuff that is not going to be that along of loading screen. The second and third time, let's give this a second, validate and download all these files, and then we are going to hop into the sandbox. So it is ready for me to log in and play, and this is the reason that you need to make sure you created your account before downloading it, because in order to actually play you need to be able to log in. So here we go. Alright, so you can see here that you can start creating your own game. You can drop into a template as well, but if you are just trying to check out this game to see if it is like a fun game that you would want to play, and then what you can actually do is hop all the way over the left side to the right side, a drafts gallery, and you can jump into some of the words that other people have been making it. There are a ton of pages of words you can check out right now. It kind of reminds me a bit kind of Minecraft. Everyone is just building whatever they can in their land. So this one looks pretty cool. We should check out this one. Dragon's Cure is what is called. So you just click it and you click play, then we load it up and we get to hop in. So this is really cool, because on the sandbox maker you don't even need to make your own. Well, he just crashed. That's not good. So this is, I guess, that is alpha, but yeah, you don't even need to make your own, because you can check out the other people's work and that other people created, which is really cool. Gives a ton of replayability and ton of variety. I think the issue that we are running into is compatibility with some older versions of the sandbox. So I'm now trying to enable that, just created in January. Hopefully this one loads up fine. Backwards compatibility is going to be really important, or at least like allowing people's words to auto update when new versions release is going to be really important, so that people's words don't get outdated. That would kind of suck. Alright, here we are. We have loaded into the sandbox. You can see it is low voxel kind of graphics, kind of like Roblox a little bit, but very cool. Oh, this actually feels really decent. Swinging my sword, I can jump, but also I can just run straight up to this single. Interesting. Alright, so there is a wolf here. Can I fight him? He doesn't care. It doesn't damage him. Alright, let's see what's going on this world. So because these were all user created, you are going to notice very early on a lot of potential issues. Okay, it looks like I actually can get out of that pond. It would suck if I just got, like locked in there and couldn't get out. So it looks like there is some lava in this world. Not much going on. It's too bad that we can't check out some of these like really original maps that people can. He hit me, but I miss him. He had the high ground and attic and taught me that that's all that matters. Alright, sweet. So you can kill some of these batteries. That's pretty fun. So one of the really cool things about the sandbox is going to be play to earn aspect of sandbox. I thought I died here. I'm not sure if I can get back. Come fight me. I'm gonna have to find their way up. Here he comes. Now what kind of cool move anyway? This is one of the worlds we just checked it out. You hit in, you can see all the NFTs that are in this world, which is actually none for this little one. It looks like someone was just messing around with the world, the creator here, when they made. They were just throwing together something. Let's jump into another world and see what we can find. Alright. So we have just hopped into another user created world here. This one looks a little bit bigger. There is across the map to him. There is some directions here. So all we have to do is make it across the map and we will be victorious. Well, okay, good. This cactus don't hurt us. I was wondering if we were going to get destroyed by the CAC die. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of enemy tropes level 1. It says alright, so this is pretty cool. This one actually includes levels and stuff. Alright, that's easy enough. We can get past them all. No problem, you are lame. Okay, wait. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to you. Alright, this is level 2, I'm guessing. Oh no, this is still level 1. These don't have swords. If you could just like farm up, get experience and like get super wealthy from just like some like mobs in a map, that would be pretty cool. Alright, I think it's going to be pretty easy to get past all these. Let's just see how quickly we can win. Not the problem. No, there is, okay. There is this, the furthest we can go. Alright. Well, we won. Nice work. We did it. Alright. So there you go. You just try out some of the user created worlds right now. As you can see, the quality varies. Esnedim. Can we get on? No, we can't. We can't get any further here, so that's as far as we can get. Yeah, you can just kind of play around with the sandbox a bit. I would highly recommend messing around with the actual world creator and potentially making some of your own worlds if you are interested in. Maybe buying some land or something. There are going to be some really high quality experiences that come on the sandbox also. A very important to note before we head back over to my studio is that Season 2 of the alpha is going to be coming out soon. And the alpha actually allows for the earning of sand, which is the cryptocurrency in order for completing guests in the alpha. So I highly recommend you check out the alpha Season 2. When that comes out, I will definitely alert you when that happens. But yeah, they would be a really great way to actually like experience the full. You have it. I hope you enjoyed that overview, beginner's guide to sandbox. Hopefully this really helped you understand exactly what this world is, the roadblocks of blockchain gaming. So much potential, and I hope that you see that. That's the end of this part, and I hope you like it. You can go on with the next part. Okay, let's start from the beginning. My name is Can, and today I will be your tour guide to the Metaverse. I'm going to make you a decentralized citizen, and I will go from buying your Metaverse identity to customizing your avatar, exploring the virtual world, and a whole lot of other cool stuff. So, open up a new tab in your browser and get ready to follow along. So why Decentraland? Because in my opinion, Decentraland is the most mature and advanced blockchain-based virtual world that we have, which is as close as we are going to get to Metaverse right now. Okay, so let's head over to decentraland.org and start exploring. Once on the website, you can click on Get Started button and you will see this screen right here. So here is the thing. Since most people watching will probably not have a MetaMask wallet or any crypto wallet to begin with, there is a play as guest option which limits what you can do and see, but still allows you to put boots on the ground and explore the entire world. So, I myself will be logging in with my MetaMask crypto wallet so that I can show you more in-depth stuff. But it's up to you. Setting up a MetaMask is super quick, and I will link a guide in the description. Before we start dressing our avatars and playing blackjack in virtual casinos, let's answer the question everyone has. Why is the Decentraland so special? It looks just like The Sims, which came out like 20 years ago. Well, that's like saying, how is a Tesla different from a horse or a carriage? I mean, they both have four wheels and get you from point A to point B, right? But the difference in both of these examples is the underlying technology. Obviously, blockchains and cryptocurrencies were not around when The Sims first came out, but they are now. So, Decentraland is basically just the next step in evolutionary ladder of virtual worlds and games. Alright, welcome to the Metaverse, guys. Before we venture off, let's go over the controls and basics really quick. So there is a lot of buttons on your keyboard that serve a function here in Decentraland. If you move your mouse or mousepad, your view also starts to move. If it isn't moving, it means your cursor is not focused on the world. Basically, you have to click on the screen inside, like your browser inside the game, in order for your mouse to be able to move your view. If you want to get your mouse back to do something like exit the browser or change tabs, just press the escape button on your keyboard and your mouse is free. Next, we have the view switch. If you hit the V button on your keyboard, your character view goes into first person, and if you hit it again, it zooms back out to the third person. So this is up to your preferences. Some experiences are better viewed in first person and others are better in third person. So you can change it anytime you like. And of course, moving around is super easy. Like most computer games, you will use A, W, S, and D to move your character around. You don't have to remember every single keystroke, guys. Just click the C button to get a list of all keyboard commands at any time. And obviously, right, we are in the Metaverse. We want to talk and meet people. So socializing is one of the most fun aspects here. And if we press the enter button on our keyboard, it will open the chat box where we can type the people around us. So if you type something, hit enter again, it will send out. If you hit enter when there is nothing typed in the chat box, it will close out the chat box altogether. Okay, so that's how you chat to players around you. Good thing is players can also talk to chat other using your microphone. which is probably better because I don't really like typing and hitting enter all the time. So if you push the T button on your keyboard, your browser will ask if you want to allow your microphone to be used. Accept that pop-out. And now you have a push to talk button, which is the T button on your keyboard whenever you want to talk. Okay, alright. Before we teleport to the main attractions here in Decentraland, you need to know why this world is such a game changer. Decentraland is not a game, it is a virtual world owned by its players. How it is owned? Through voting power. The ownership or voting power that decides the fate of this world comes into form of its nature cryptocurrency, the mana coin. Landowners also inherit voting power from their land, but the more mana you own, the more voting power you have. See, the mana is the heart of thriving in-game economy here. This world is made up of NFT trade goods such as land variables, usernames, and even scenes. This promotes ownership and enriches the players instead of a CEO or a company. Okay, I'm going to teleport to Atari headquarters here in Decentraland, which you can also jump into by clicking one of the links in the video's description below. Isn't this crazy, guys? Atari, the brand we all know and love, has its own headquarters here in the Metaverse, which has the classic Atari Pong game. People can play for fun. Upstairs we can go grab some Atari Metaverse merch, which is in the form of NFCs. And they also have paid homepage to one of the revolutionary products, the Atari console, by making the building resemble that. Guess what, guys? Other brands will have to do as Atari did. If they want a presence in Metaverse, they will need to buy land. Land is scarce, owned by players, and traded freely on the market. Landowners can build anything they please on their land, which enables a user content-driven experience. The Decentraland is currently browser-based and not VR compatible, but VR is rumored to be launched in late 2022. You log in with your crypto wallet and your hard-earned items and invest in progress are always transferable on your username identity. Own your variables on your land and own a stake in the economy, as well as voting power to determine how this metaverse will evolve. Alright guys, so let's customize your avatars, look and talk about the NFT backpack and how variables and the NFTs integrate into Centerline. Okay, so when you are in the game, just press the I button on your keyboard and this shortcut will take you to your backpack that I was just talking about. So here what you can do is customize your avatar. Anything from skin tone to head shape hair. There is a couple of tops we can choose from, a couple of bottoms, shoes and accessories, right? But you are probably thinking, okay, there is limited options. How are the people around me? How do they have these really cool custom items that aren't available for me to pick? Well, the answer is it is an NFT, right? If we go to our backpack and go to collectibles, this is where your NFTs are stored. So if I go to OpenSea right now and decentralized marketplace and buy a really cool custom item that you can wear in Decentraland after I purchase it, and the token goes into my MetaMask wallet when I logged into game, I can pull up my backpack and I can equip it. Like these pens that I will equip right now, they are on my character, right? And when I go back into game, I should be wearing them, right? And these pens are ice poker variables that currently the market price is around $4,000 for them. So this is what I mean by in-game economy. So the perfect example, last year Atari had an event where they were giving out their custom Atari NFT wearable shoes that if you were there you could mint for like $20 or $30 right. All you have to do is to pay Ethereum gas fee. However, now if you look at the marketplace on OpenSea, they are going for a couple of $100. And that's the cool part about the Metaverse, is that you own literally everything. You own your progress. If you were an early adopter and you were at the Atari event, you get rewarded because you got the NFT. And now it is worth something. So it's all about ownership here, and let's have some fun. So right now I'm going into Tomino Casino. There is a tournament going on hosted by Decentralized Games. And if you are wondering how I got here, if you press the escape button, you can click on your map in the top of left and you go. Actually, what we can do is to go explore button right here. And I'm sure the Tomato Casino will pop up. So if you go to the places, and again I put this up by hitting the I button on my keyboard, and then I went over the explore here at the top. So if we go to the places while we are here, we just have to find out the Tomato Casino, which is right here. It says 123 people are here right now. So if you click jump in, it will take you to it. So I was already here. Okay, since there is a tournament going on, I can't bet actual crypto here. So I'm going to do free play. And I'm going to do that by selecting the free play option here in the bottom right. Now I click back onto the game, approach this roulette table, and I'm going to choose, let's do 1000 free play chips. And of course you can do this with actual crypto if you wanted to have some fun. And I'm going to put it on red. Okay, now that the wheel should spin, and let's see if I win. So this is just for fun. The wheel is going to spin in about 6 seconds. Like I said, this casino right now, it's pretty full because there is a tournament going on. But you can gamble with crypto, you can use free play, do whatever you want. Let's see if I win, and I lost 1000 free chips. So good thing there is a tournament going on and I didn't let me bet on it. But there is a blackjack here, there are slots, there is just all types of cool things to do inside the Decentraland. So I want you to explore beyond what I cover in this video, because I just don't have the time to cover everything. There is just simply so much happening in this game. A couple of other cool things that I want to mention in the navigation. You will notice that here in the map on the top left there is coordinates right now. I'm standing on the top of 121 and 36. I want to mention the navigation. So you will notice that here in the map on the top left there are coordinates. Right now I'm standing on top of 1 negative 120 136, and if I move you will notice that the number is now changing. Right, negative 121, negative 122, and that is because in the URL, if you take a close look, the coordinates are here as well, and that's done on purpose because if I copy this, write the link, I can now send to a friend on Facebook, Instagram as a text message, and so on. And if they click, it will take them directly to where I am. So it's a cool way to invite friends and do meetups. If I can tweet this link out and say, hey, meet me in the metaverse, This is where exactly I am. And so as soon as they click, they connect their wallet and they come and join me right now. Like I said, there is a world map in the top left which lets you teleport to literally anywhere. So if you want to explore that way, it shows active players as red dots, so that's a good way to find like where the crowd is. It's early, there is not this metaverse space. It's so new that there isn't going to be a crazy amount of activity yet, but it's evolving. Next, what should we talk about? Let's go to explore. So if you are ever wondering what there is to do in the Decentraland, you can go to the explore tab and you got events that you know are scheduled in the future that you can go to. You got places that you know, the most popular places. They will kind of rank them and put them here so that you know exactly where to go. Find other players and socialize, or you can play games, whatever you want. That's a cool feature that wasn't always around. So like I said, I implore you guys to just go out there and just start exploring. Alright, so let's carry on with the video. Okay, so as you are walking around this world, it may not seem like it is the most groundbreaking thing ever. You have to realize that the land you are walking across and over is owned by people, from teenagers to corporations to small companies to people like you and I. It's powerful because anybody in the world could buy land inside here right now and start building anything they want from it, like businesses, games, whatever. We could build an arcade with custom games and charge people to play. We could even build a huge interactive and clickable billboard and charge companies to advertise on it, giving ourselves a passive income stream. I mean, Atari even launched a casino here in Decentraland this year. Imagine what your land could be worth if a big company comes in and wants to build something on your parcel. The opportunities are endless, but trading land is the least exciting thing. Here is the quick history of Decentraland, explained like in 20 seconds. In 2017, 19,000 individual land parcels were created, and Decentraland had its first public land auction where anybody in the world could bid on and purchase land. After two major land auctions, every single piece of land had been bought by the public, and since then it is tradable on the second-hand marketplace. And no more land will be created, so virtual real estate is becoming a hot topic for investing. Okay, so here is how land works. Each parcel square is presented by an NFT token. NFTs are unique tokens that can be bought, sold, gifted, or traded, and go right from wallet to wallet. That's why you log into Decentraland and using your crypto wallet, because once you are in the world, it instantly sees what tokens you own and can then instantly recognize what land variables and usernames belong to you as well. But not all land is tradable or can be bought. These green pieces of land you see on the world map are called Genesis Plazas, and they belong to the community, just like the land that we spawned into the beginning of this video. Also, take note that there are public roads which also belong to the community. You cannot buy any road parcels on that. And one last thing to note is that, yes, every piece of land started as an equally sized square block. However, anyone who owns conjoined blocks of land that share any one site can combine as many neighbor parcels into one piece, which creates an estate. The benefits of large estates is that you can build bigger things on the land. One or two parcels, for example, is just not big enough to build a casino like Decentraland Games has. So as you explore the world, you may notice that some people have a clean username and others have those ugly numbers at the end. That's because you have the option or the ability to purchase an actual metaverse identity. you have two options for getting a unique username. The first option is paying 100 manas to claim a username, given nobody else has already taken it. You can do this by going to decentraland.org, clicking on Builder, and then Names, and here you will be able to manage your names in the future, and more importantly, buy new ones that aren't already taken. Option 2 is heading to the marketplace and finding a desired username that someone else has, and it is selling names can be found on either the native decentralized marketplace or on a third-party NFT marketplace like OpenSea or Ownership. Let's talk about wearables. In traditional games, real-world trading of in-game items is against the rules, but this isn't the traditional game, so this is the Metaverse. Wearables are simply tokens in your wallet, and when we press I on our keyboard and navigate to our backpack, we can equip an NFTs, whether it's a hat, a Christmas sweater, or a donut float. Wearables can make your avatar stand out, look cool, of course, but they can also have cool utility behind them. Custom utility that anyone can create. For example, if I own a piece of land right here, I can take an existing wearable and create a secret meeting room where you must own this wearable to get access to. Or I can take it a step further and hire someone to create a custom wearable for me and create utility for it as well. Decentraland Games is the perfect example for this, because they created a play to earn poker game, and in order to play you need one of their ice wearables equipped. If you want to see for yourself, let's hit the I button on your keyboard right now and teleport over to an ice poker arena. You will notice that you cannot just jump into a game because you don't have an ice wearable, whereas the people around you are just playing just fine. Once again, an infinite amount of possibilities lies here. Wearables are just like land, and they come in the forms of tokens, which makes it super easy to transfer, buy or sell them on any marketplace. So you have this big virtual world with what seems like a thriving economy. So where does its native cryptocurrency fit into all? This is it's worth investing in, is the value behind it. Let's talk about it. So yes, this is the native crypto of building, but the founding team made sure that it is not the only crypto that's compatible within this economy. Remember, the point of the Metaverse is to be open, not closed, and permission. The coolest utility of it is that it accesses voting power and stands for decentralized autonomous organization, which simply means most or all decisions regarding updates to are made by community voting, and the mana is the voting power which anyone can buy. The more you have, the heavier your vote is. The mana is also the only way to claim a new unique username. You pay 100 manas to claim, and that mana gets burnt and eliminated from existence to help keep the coin somewhat deflationary. Another thing to keep in mind is that mana has a supply cap along with a burning mechanism, which means that the total supply is always shrinking slowly. But surely the treasury is the community chest where the revenue piles up. You see, in traditional gaming companies, this would be the company's earnings, right? Their money, and they choose what to do with it. But in this organization, the treasury is owned by us, by mana holders and landowners. The community gets to decide how to spend the treasury money, which usually gets spent on growing the game, giving creators and developers grants to help with growth as well. And remember guys, it's all built on the blockchain, so we can view the treasury vault here and see every asset inside it. The current valuation is little over $100 million that mana holders have control of. I hope I did a good job as your tour guide today, and I think by now you can have a good understanding of how everything works and operates inside this virtual world we call Decentraland. I now challenge you to keep exploring, get involved within the community, and solidify the Metaverse citizenship. The investment and networking opportunities here are crazy, and they are going to get crazier in the years to come. A happy exploring, and I will be here along the way to explain these complicated topics in a simple, easy way for you. Good luck and see you. Hello again. You are probably aware of cryptocurrencies like Dogecoin and Shiba in Newcoin as well as NFTs. But have you heard of earning while playing an NFT game? This is made possible with Axie Infinity, an adorable breeding fighting game where users control monsters called Axies for Ethereum. But what is it? How does it work? How is this a thing? Find out here as we get deeper into Axie universe. So before we start, what is Axie Infinity? Axie Infinity is developed by Sky Mavis, a technology-focused game studio founded in early 2018. The whole Axie deal is inspired by Pokemon and Tamagotchi games. Axie Infinity is classified as an NFT game that allows individuals to earn currency from playing the game, as they breed, race battle, and trade Axie creatures in the marketplace. Axie Infinity's mission was to function as a fun and educating way to introduce the world to blockchain technology. Many of the developers and the team members met from playing CryptoKitties, which then evolved them working on Axie to introduce the magic of blockchain technology to players. All art assets and Axie data can be accessed by third parties, allowing the community developers to build their own tool and experiences to improve the Axie Infinity universe further. The difference between Axie and our traditional game is that blockchain economic design rewards their players for contributing to the ecosystem, meaning that the more you contribute to Axie universe, the more rewards to reap. Next, how does it work? Axie Infinity runs a blockchain technology. However, instead of mining new blocks on the chain, which means solving complex math problems that generate an accepted hash, Axie Infinity provides a play-to-earn structure. Players can earn by competing player versus players battles, breeding Axies, and selling them into the marketplace or collecting rare Axies. Do note that the Smooth Love Potion or SLP are needed to breed Axies. SLPs, like any other cryptocurrencies, violate as of the writing. It's continuously growing as we speak. But here is how much it is today. You can purchase SLPs by Uniswap or Binance according to Axie players can earn governance tokens, or Axies representing a real slice of the Axie universe as it has governance, rights and fee sharing built into it. Since players can earn this token by playing a ready player, one type, guest, emerged where players can actually earn a part of the universe, rewarding players based on their effort and skill and not by their wins. And I know what you are probably thinking, how do I start? Well, you can find the game in their official website. However, you just don't download the game right away. It needs accounts and wallets since it involves cryptocurrency. Download a digital wallet like MetaMask and load them with some Ethereum you can acquire at by Coinbase, Binance, or local cryptos depending on your country. Next, you should download Rolling Wallet. After that, deposit at to Ronin using the Ronin bridge. then you should acquire at least 3 axes from the Axie marketplace and do log into the MetaMask. Now that you got everything started, how do you play Axie Infinity? Well, Axie Infinity is like Pokemon mixed with Hearthstone and adorable monsters from Pokemon and the third base game from Hearthstone, meaning players use the cards to command what action their Axies will be doing for that turn. Each Axie has 4 cards which randomize for every battle, and in order to play those cards, energy must be exploded. So if you have 4 energies, you can play any card as long as it fits within your 4 energy capacity. Normally other games would allow players to choose which target to attack, but Axie Infinity's battle system attacks random targets, usually hitting the target closest to that Axie. You might be wondering what happens if I lose or win. When you lose in battles, you lose matchmaking rating or MMR. If you win, you gain MMR and smooth love potions. Not to worry, though losing will not result in decrease of SLP. A relief, right, to expand further on this amount of SLP gained per win will depend on your MMR checklist to see how much SLP is gained for each phase of MMR. And moving on, players earn through the game's SLP, which are given through daily quests or PvP matches. You might want to go straight to PvP matches because that's where the SLPs are given more frequently. But it is advised to fully max out your given axes. Accomplishing daily quests also hands out SLP and experience for your axes. So a healthy balance must be given to both PvP and PvE modes in the game. It was previously mentioned that 3 axes are needed to get started. The problem that keeps people in investing meta axes are the prices. The meta axis as of the moment is 1 plant axis that acts as a tank, a beast axis for DPS, and the fish axis for the buffy. Now if you are worried on spending for this game, there is an ongoing manager to scholar structure that people use. There are long-standing Axie enthusiasts that have hundreds of Axies, usually from the early days of NFT game when Axie monsters and breathing were cheaper. An individual who owns 20 Axies cannot play them all at once, which is why they lend them to people who actually use them, or in that case they take care of them. This is where managers and scholars roll in. Managers are the individuals who have the means to lend access to people, and those people who are lent accesses are called scholars. The split between the two usually is 60% for the scholars and 40% for the manager. The scholar earns more from the cuts because they are the ones playing the game. As soon as the scholars and managers make the cut, it is up to the scholar to either sell it to the market or hoard them until the price rises. It was also noted previously that breathing is possible with SLP, but scholars are not able to use their job is to complete daily quests, fight PvP matches and gain SLP, and as of the moment there are approximately 140,000 axes globally. The price starts at $1, but most expensive axie ever sold went for 300 ETH, which is around $1.5 million cuteness. Does sell quite a lot, and now for these people who aren't sure, probably asking themselves, should I jump into the craze? Well, one main reason why people play this game is the potential to earn. I mean, let's be honest, these are really tough times, and being able to play a game for a living, that doesn't seem to be like a bad deal. But like any investments, there are risks involved. If you have to ask what it is, then you will need some studying. It may still be a game, but still you are throwing real money into it. It would be best for you to use funds that you are ready to lose, from your extra cash from your extra job. So there you have it rundown as what
everything about
the adorable
website.
Axie Infinity is.
How you can use it to
What do you
create,
think about this
sell,
play to
or
earn
buy
structure
NFTs.
has
So
going
having
on?
said that,
Feel free
let's
to leave your
just
thoughts
jump
and
into the video.
thanks for watching
But,
this part.
but first things first, this is the website. As you can see over here, OpenSea.io. Once we are over here, all you have to do is just simply connect your cryptocurrency wallet. Well, I will slow create a new account for you. So to connect your cryptocurrency wallet at the top right corner and click on your wallet, you will see you have a couple of different options. You have Wallet Connect, you have MetaMask Quality, you have Coinbase Wallet Formatting. And if you don't like some of these, click on Show More Options and you have more options available to you now. Let's go ahead and choose our wallet. I'm going to choose MetaMask for now. I'm going to click on MetaMask. It's going to open up this pop-up right here, as you can see over here, and just simply enter in your password, but for you it will be different. If you haven't installed MetaMask on your cryptocurrency browser, it will take you to its website. It will take you to this website over here where you can just simply go ahead and sign. Now, as you can see for me, it's a little bit different for you. It will be different as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on sign up, and over here just simply enter your email address, and there you basically go. You have it. You have created an account on MetaMask for that. You can just go ahead and head back to your OpenSea account and just enter in your password. Once you have done that, there you go. You have your MetaMask. All it's signed in. Let's go ahead and click on the wallet and it should connect. As you can see, I have signed in already. See, it's pretty simple. Now that I have signed in, I can go ahead and create my NFT. So to create your NFT, you can click on create over here or create. Click on create over here. So I'm going to click on create. We will creating a new item in NFT. So I'm going to go ahead and update. This image over here, this is basically a chicken that I created way back. So I'm going to go ahead and name it. We check once you have named it, you can go ahead and enter in. You can go ahead and enter in a link to your website, to your Instagram account or to Twitter account or any other website, basically showcasing your PR. Work on NFTs so that the buyer will know that this is a professional creator and I can expect more decent work from him, and it will basically help them to gain a little bit of your trust as well. So definitely make sure that enter in the website, and after that you can go ahead and add in a description, basically add in like the features of NFT, the main color and how you created it and what is also the stuff like that. For me, I'm just going to write it's a chicken. If no one knew it's a chicken, you know what I mean. The image is pretty blurry, but it could also be a duck, but it's a chicken after that. You can go ahead and select the collection of it as well. If you have created one, I haven't created one, and then you have properties. So in properties, you can add like special characteristics of your NFTs. So far, for example, if you are uploading a collection of, let's say, 10,000 NFTs, which is quite a lot of collection, and within that you are going to be uploading some rare NFT. Those NFTs can be anything. They can have like special characteristics, like having a different background, having different accessories, or maybe like a totally different NFT character as well. So you can go ahead and add that over here. But for me, I'm just simply uploading to this NFT. So I'm not going to go ahead and add any characteristics, but I'm just telling you about it. And after that, you have your supply. You can change that supply by depending upon your connection and your blockchain. And speaking of a blockchain over here, you have two different blockchain. So you have Polygon and you have Ethereum. Now both of these have different benefits. So far Polygon, if you choose Polygon, you don't have to pay any gas fees whatsoever. If you are wondering what is the gas fee, it is basically like a small fee that you have to pay when you upload, an NFT, so that it has a better chance of getting, listed. If you are generally choosing Polygon, you don't have to pay that gas fee back. You can upload a collection, and the market for Polygon is sometimes in flux. So it's a little bit unstable as of right now, but previously it was pretty stable. I don't know what's going on with it, but for now I think it's pretty good. And then we have Ethereum. Now if you choose Ethereum, you will basically have to pay the gas fees twice, but the benefit is you will have a bigger market, and it is much more popular and selling your NFT. Only blockchain network is going to be very easy, and you don't have to go through any hassle whatsoever. For the transactional fee, which is like the gas fee, you only have to pay it like twice, and that's it. You don't have to pay every time. Create an empty, you only have to pay twice, and that's it. So far I'm going to go ahead and choose Polygon. As you can see, I can change the supplier of it as well. Just keep it at 1 for now, and once you have everything settled, everything looks in order, just simply click on create. It will take you over this pop right here, and as you can see, your NFT has been created. The great chick has been created, and this is going to be your listing page over here and over here. You can see the name, the price, history, listing, stuff like that. And once you have done that, just simply click on sell. Once you have done that, this is how it's going to look like. And over here, just simply enter the amount of cryptocurrency that you think is suitable for it. I'm going to go ahead and enter this price. So it's like $15, maybe like 2 weeks. I think fine. And then after that, you have to pay like a 2.5% service fee. But then once you have done that, just simply click on creating a listing. And once you have done that, you have to unlock the currency, and it will send a transaction to your wallet to unlock the currency. And as you can see right now, it's completely free. It is not asking me for any money whatsoever. Just simply click on sign. No gas fee has been paid, and the transaction has unlocked. The currency has been unlocked, and now we just have to sign the transaction message on our wallet. Click on sign, and there we go. We have now listed our NFT, and it is ready to be sold. And there you can go. This is the price. The price is free, and everything is going to look over here. You can see everything and check it out over here, and you can cancel your listing anytime you want. It is just how it is. That's how you basically use OpenSea. Create account, create NFTs, or list NFTs. Now if you are looking to buy an NFTs, let's go over here onto all NFTs, right? If you want to buy it, let's just say this one right here. If we click on this NFT, only have to do is click on buy now or make an offer. And when we buy it, okay, it will send a transaction to this person's wallet. We can add funds. And if we have funds in our wallet, we can go ahead and confirm to check out, and then we can buy. and NFT, it will be transferred into our wallet, and it's pretty simple. It's really easy to do. So that is how you basically use OpenSea platform to create, sell, or buy NFTs. Now before I end this video, I did mention a little bit something about gas fees earlier, and how you can find out your gas fees by going over to this website called Etherscan.io gas tracker. You can just search for gas tracker in the Google work on your browser. You can get this website now over here. As you can see right now, the gas fees are pretty normal. They aren't really high and they aren't really dull. So as you can see over here right now, the gray is 96 and you have to pay like $6.45 or wait 30 seconds for the confirmation transaction to occur. Now as you can see, it is gonna begin, and priority is 4. That means you have to pay more. Actually, by the way, now this cash you don't have to do that, but this is the main thing that I want to show you. So you have to pay like $60 on high to end, get your NFT minted. Or if you are trying to sell it, then you have to pay this beforehand so that the transaction actually goes through. If you don't pay this, then of course you can't meet your NFT, but that's why we choose the Polygon network, where we don't have to pay any gas fees. So that this is the end for this video. I hope you enjoyed this part. I will catch you in the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.